You are now tuned into Taste of My Naked Truth podcast. I am your host, Cosmic Waters. May my words inspire you and remind you to remain true to you as you walk authentically in your truth, dripping self-love and unapologetically choosing you. Hello, naked truthers. Welcome back. So in this episode, I'm going to be talking about what I had to do, healing wise, to attract or come across the type of men that I was desiring. The more healed man, the man that was about his shit, on his spiritual journey and working on himself. And so these are previously recorded, and it's me answering the question that I was asked about how I did just that. Like, how did I begin to attract the man that I was desiring? So get your popcorn ready, tune in. There's going to be a part 2 to this, but for now, I want y'all to get a taste of this, and then I will create a whole new episode that dives a bit deeper into everything that is discussed here. For myself was, or one of the lenses that I was always looking through, right? We're projecting out into the world is like, all men ever wanted from me was sex. Like, they just want some pussy. And I had to stop looking through that lens, right? Because it was basically attracting those men to me, right? And so I would automatically, when a dude would approach me, whether it was in person, over social media, whatever, it would automatically be, all right, what the fuck do you want kind of energy? Like, what, you just trying to get some pussy? You just want to fuck me, this, that, and the third, right? And it was like automatically me thinking that they had an ulterior motive. And so I was already entering the conversation from a place of armored protection, and that may not have even been his motive, right? And so when I decided to let that down, to let that go, and to look at things differently, I began to meet and attract men that's like, yo, I just want to love on you. And it doesn't even have to be from a romantic side, you know what I mean? They just wanted to show me love, right? And loving on you could be in so many different ways. I've had men come into my life and simply just speak affirmations and love into me, right? Or simply just share their wisdom, whatever it may be. And it was like, before I wasn't open to that, because all I could see was, damn, this niggas just want to fuck me. And that's not the case. And so even with the dude back in August that, ran my bathwater or whatever, I didn't fuck him. We didn't have sex. And it was just a genuine, yo, let me do this for you kind of energy, right? So it's like, they exist. They are out there. And this is what I'm saying. When you begin to change and you open up and you see things differently, you begin to get that which you truly desire, instead of attracting everything that you don't fucking want, right? And it's a beautiful experience, because there are men out there who are willing to literally stand in your corner, and they may not, simply be just after the pussy kind of energy, you know what I mean? They're just there as whether they're serving as a protector, or whether they're serving as somebody that's a guide or a teacher in your life, or whatever the role they're coming in to play. But if you automatically got your shield up, you're gonna miss out on whatever it was they was trying to bring into your life. So that was another experience I had to check myself on too. And it's been a beautiful experience, because I've met some beautiful ass men. I had to change my mindset on all levels, right? Because that was built upon built up experiences that I've had with men in the past, right? So now not only am I holding on to the baggage and the trauma from the past, but I'm painting every man with that experience before they even have a chance to show me who they are, right? Because energy speaks, right? And so it's like, before I even allow myself to fill out this person's energy, I'm automatically painting them as the villain. and they ain't do shit to me. And so it was changing that narrative within myself of all men are the same, like getting rid of that because they're not, right? Or thinking and feeling like every man was gonna hurt me because of what the last one did, right? And so it was that my own inner work and healing that I had to do for myself, healing my heart, healing the way that I thought and felt about men, healing the way that I felt about the masculine energy, period, because I had trust issues there, right, when it came to men overall. And so it was healing on that deeper level that I had to do within myself before I was even open to beginning to see that, good men are out here. This man is not trying to get into my pants. Like they exist. They are there. But before, I couldn't see them. And so it begins with you, like going inside and, okay, what is it that has this narrative in the first place? What is it that is writing that story? Is it going back to a past event? Is it going back to childhood? Is it the way that you saw love modeled? Is it the way that your mother taught you or whoever taught you about men? What is it? What is that core belief? What is that root, and where does it stem from, and how far and how deep has it grown, right, inside of you? So it's tapping in and seeing what is painted on that canvas when it comes to men. How do you view men? How do you look at men? How do you feel about masculine energy, period? And are those really your thoughts and feelings, or are those the thoughts and feelings and beliefs that society painted, that your grandma and them painted, that your mother painted, whoever was painting for you, and you haven't even had the opportunity to paint that picture for yourself? You just walking around as a zombie and living the life that people have curated in your mind for you. And so you see men as this way because that's how your mother saw men, and you see the men this way because maybe your father wasn't shit, and now you look at all men as ain't shit, or you can't trust that man because you couldn't trust your father or whoever the man figure might have been in your life. Or maybe your father was absent, so now you look at all men like, oh, you're gonna abandon me and not leave me because my father didn't show up. Whatever the situation is, you have to dive deeper and see why it is you feel about men the way that you do, because there is an underlying cause there. And so I had to tap in with myself and see, okay, why the hell do I even feel this way in the first place? Why do I have up so much armor when it comes to men, right? Yeah, I may have gotten in situations where my heart was broken, but at the end of the day, we break our own motherfucking hearts. Why? Because I put myself in situations. I chose to speak to those men. I chose to ignore the red flags. I chose to deal with their shit. I chose to tolerate it. I chose to accept it. And I continue to put myself in situations with shitty ass men because that was the vibration and energy that I was in at that point in my life. And so if I'm subjecting myself to this shit, then there's no one to blame but myself, because by me subjecting myself to it, I'm basically showing this man like, you can treat me like shit because I treat myself like shit. If I don't see my own self-worth, how the fuck do I expect you to see it? And if you can't see it, then you're not going to treat me like anything because I don't value myself and I don't have that worth for myself and I don't have no motherfucking boundaries. So you're going to walk all over me anyway, right? And so it's tapping into all of that and understanding how much responsibility and accountability you have over your life and the choices that you make, because everybody that you fucking deal with, whether it's a man or not, you choose to deal with that person on some level. It is a choice. It is a choice. It is an energetic exchange, and you don't have to deal with anybody. You are not obligated to exchange energy with anybody. But the moment that you decide to do, understand that whatever comes from that is on you, right? It's on you. And so I had to look at all of that. I had to examine myself. I had to sit with my shit. I had to stop blaming the men for me not, trusting men, because I was blaming them for the reason why I didn't trust them. And when you don't trust people, it goes down to you not trusting yourself, because you've made decision after decision after decision and you fucked up. And now you don't have that trust in yourself to make these decisions. So now you can't even trust the world, right? Because you don't trust the inner you. So how the fuck can you trust other people when you can't trust yourself? It's just a reflection. It's a mirror. The world is mirroring back to you how you feel about yourself, right?
So those were 2 recordings that I found in my voice memos, and I was like, ooh, this is juicy, this is good. I have to share this with my listeners. So, as I said, I will create another episode diving a little bit deeper into, just how changing your thoughts can attract different people into your life. But for now, I hope y'all enjoyed what you heard. As always, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being you. Thank you for showing up in all the ways that you do. I appreciate y'all love. I appreciate y'all support. Oh, and bear with me with these episodes because Spotify then went and pulled a whole shift change. It got a whole new makeover, like the app. You know, it was recently Anchor and it became Spotify for podcasters. Well, they made it to where I can no longer like edit and record in the app itself. So now I have to find another app or apps to basically edit and add music and do all of that. And I haven't quite figured that out yet, but you know, I'm not gonna let it stop me. It is what it is. But if you have any suggestions, I'm open to it. You know, let me know something, because I'm like, ew, Spotify, I ain't have to do me like that. It's cool though. Maybe this is meant for me to figure it out, you know. Change is inevitable. You gotta roll with the punches and learn to ride the waves. So, I love y'all. Remember, life is as beautiful as you allow it to be. Self-love and perspective are key. Much love, y'all. Until next time, peace.